done with the prove it game. I don't need to prove to you why that's your law.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I've always...
One awkward glance, one clenched jaw, and now the internet's exploding. Did Meghan nearly lose it on live TV when Harry spoke out of turn? The clip is short, but viewers say it speaks volumes. What really happened in that chilling moment? Hit subscribe, we're breaking it all down. It was just a moment, less than a minute, but it sparked a global reaction. In a recently released CBS Sunday Morning clip, Meghan Markle was mid-sentence, passionately speaking about the dangers of cyberbullying. Her tone was calm, composed, and her words were clear. Then suddenly, Prince Harry cut in with a single line, "If you know how to help." That's when everything shifted. Meghan's response was subtle but intense. She corrected him with a tight "to," her voice clipped and noticeably strained. Her blinking sped up. Her jaw tightened. And for a split second, her eyes locked on Harry in a way that didn't look loving. It looked charged.
I had no idea, which probably sounds difficult to understand.
Viewers online described the look as icy, controlled, and startling. The clip, meant to promote their shared advocacy, did the opposite. Instead of highlighting unity, it revealed something else: tension. That one charged glance, captured in high definition, became a spark for speculation. Was this an ordinary couple's disagreement, or was it the sign of something unraveling behind the scenes? The internet didn't just notice, they dissected. And suddenly, one moment of silence between two people said more than any interview could. When words fail, body language takes the stage. And in Meghan's case, that stage lit up in seconds. Analysts jumped on the CBS clip with precision. They pointed out how Meghan's eyes blinked rapidly right after Harry interrupted. In psychology, rapid blinking can indicate stress or irritation.
Prove something. To prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough.
Her jaw clenched, a classic indicator of frustration or an attempt to suppress emotion. And then there was the turn, the slow, calculated rotation of her head to face him. Not curious, not warm, controlled. Her hand movement added another layer. It shifted in her lap, fingers curling in slightly, what some online dubbed the claw moment. One user even suggested it looked like she was rehearsing restraint. Her entire posture went rigid, as if recalibrating in real time. For someone as media-aware as Meghan, that moment looked anything but accidental. Then comes Harry's reaction. After speaking, he doesn't maintain eye contact. Instead, he looks down and slightly away. His shoulders tighten, his body subtly shifts from Meghan. It's a physical retreat, the kind that happens when someone feels like they've made a misstep. This wasn't the couple that often exchanged warm glances and finished each other's thoughts.
Queen Consort, there was going to be people or bodies left in the street because of that.
In this short clip, the usual rhythm was gone, replaced by tension you could feel through the screen. It wasn't loud, but it was unmistakable. The kind of silence that speaks volumes. Once upon a time, Meghan and Harry were seen as the couple rewriting the royal playbook. Their love story seemed unstoppable. An American actress and a British prince, they defied centuries of tradition, stepping into the spotlight with boldness and charm. From their grand wedding to their decision to leave royal life, they were the couple who did things their own way. But lately, the story has shifted. Joint appearances are fewer, interviews feel stiffer, and that fairy tale glow, it's dimming. Small moments, like clipped conversations or uncomfortable silences, are adding up. The CBS clip isn't the first time viewers noticed a disconnect.
She said there were troubling comments about
There was concern about his skin color.
Right, wouldn't you?
At past events, their once fluid dynamic has appeared disjointed. Then there's the narrative change. In the early days post-royal exit, they stood shoulder to shoulder, telling their story together. Their Oprah interview showed unity. But as time passed, Meghan's spotlight has grown brighter and more solo. Her new ventures, like her lifestyle brand and podcast, often focus on her own voice and vision. Meanwhile, Harry has continued his advocacy work, but mostly without Meghan by his side. The shift is clear. What started as a united front now appears like two parallel paths. The energy that once made them seem unbreakable is now being questioned. Was it all a phase, or is something more serious developing behind the scenes? From us to I, that's how fans are describing Meghan and Harry's recent moves. Once inseparable in interviews and events, the couple's public personas have started taking different shapes.
People will get fed up, and all these young feel nothing is ever happening, so of course they're going to get frustrated.
Meghan's latest speeches focus on her personal projects. Her vocabulary has changed too. Where she once said, "We believe," she now says, "I believe." Meanwhile, Harry's appearances, especially with the Invictus Games, continue independently. He's visible at events tied to mental health, veterans, and the environment. Meghan? Not often present. In February 2025, Harry gave a moving speech in Canada. Meghan was absent. Was it a scheduling issue or something else? Insiders say this separation is more than logistics. It reflects growing friction behind the scenes. Rumors suggest Meghan prefers taking the lead. She's polished, prepared, and strategic. Some say Harry's more off-the-cuff approach can feel unpredictable, especially in controlled media settings. This contrast in style may have worked early on, but now it's causing waves.
I want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different.
A Hollywood producer reportedly called their relationship more strategic than romantic. That quote went viral. While that may be speculative, it aligns with how many are now interpreting their public presence. People aren't just questioning their bond, they're watching their brand unravel. And when a brand built on unity starts showing cracks, even a small moment like a glance can spark a firestorm. There's no doubt Meghan knows how to handle the media. With her acting background, she understands storytelling, framing, and public presence. She's confident on camera, often leading conversations and steering narratives with poise. Harry, by comparison, wears his emotions more openly. He's less polished, occasionally stumbling in interviews, sometimes oversharing. While that makes him relatable, it also makes him unpredictable, a trait that can clash with Meghan's precision.
I was really ashamed to say it at the time and ashamed to have to admit it.
Difference may have contributed to that tense CBS moment. Some believe Meghan saw the interview as her platform, carefully structured for her message. Harry's sudden interjection may have disrupted that flow, triggering the icy reaction. It wasn't just about what he said, it was when and how he said it. There's speculation that Meghan prefers to review interview cuts, veto certain questions, and set the tone. Harry, reportedly, is more relaxed. That imbalance, small at first, might now be shaping how the world views their teamwork, or lack thereof. In a brand where control matters, even a few seconds of unscripted behavior can shift the entire narrative. That's what made the CBS clip so powerful. It pierced the image of perfection, revealing something more real, and perhaps more fragile. Sentabala wasn't just another charity for Harry. It was personal.
And so as we can see what's happening in the online space, we know that there's a lot of work to.
Founded in 2006 alongside Prince Seiso of Lesotho, it focused on supporting youth in Southern Africa. Inspired by his mother's work, it represented one of Harry's most genuine efforts. So when he suddenly stepped away in early 2025, people were stunned. The trouble reportedly started at a charity polo event. Meghan, according to insiders, requested that Dr. Sophie Chandaka, Sentabala's chairwoman, move her position at the event. The request came through a staffer, but it raised eyebrows. Was it just logistics, or something more? Photos later showed Meghan giving direction during the match. What could have been a minor moment turned into a PR issue. When the charity didn't publicly support Meghan afterward, Harry reacted strongly. Insiders say he sent stern messages to the board, reportedly expressing frustration that they didn't stand by Meghan more visibly.
So I didn't know how meaningful it would be to me, but it just means.
The fallout was fast. Tension escalated. The UK's Charity Commission began asking questions. Eventually, Harry resigned. The statement was short, polite, but the damage lingered. Critics said Meghan's involvement, however indirect, had influenced a breakdown in long-held partnerships. It painted a picture of control extending beyond public relations into Harry's closest passions. Meghan said nothing publicly, but the silence spoke volumes. The incident didn't just affect a charity, it reshaped perceptions of Harry's judgment and how their relationship impacts the world around them. Online, the CBS clip set off a storm. TikTok users dissected every frame. One viral video highlighted Meghan's glare, labeling it the Meg glare. Another dubbed the moment claw freeze, analyzing her curled fingers in slow motion. Memes exploded, Comments rolled in by the thousands. Viewers speculate wildly. Was it resentment? Was Meghan protecting her moment? Or was it just awkward timing? One comment with over 10,000 likes read, "She didn't slap him, but her eyes did." Another simply said, "That wasn't a partnership, that was power play." Even longtime fans seemed torn. Some defended Meghan's reaction as human and understandable. Others saw deeper tension bubbling to the surface. Theories multiplied, ranging from scripted conflict to accidental exposure of something deeper. And through it all, one thing became clear. The public isn't just watching, they're interpreting. In the silence between Meghan and Harry, people are hearing a lot. The CBS moment was brief, but revealing. For years, Meghan and Harry have carefully shaped a narrative of unity, growth, and healing. But now, the tone feels different. That one look, caught mid-interview, didn't match the story they've been telling. Meghan later said their relationship is in a second honeymoon phase. She smiled, spoke of strength and connection. But the contrast between those words and the footage left many viewers skeptical. Words are crafted, expressions are instinct. So where do they go from here? Will we see more separate projects, more carefully worded statements? Or will this moment pass, just another bump in a public life? Whatever happens, the world will be watching. Not just for their words, but for the glances, the pauses, the silences that sometimes say far more than interviews ever could. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think happened in that CBS moment? Was it just a slip or something bigger? Is this the beginning of a shift in their public image? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep it respectful, but don't hold back. Are they still a team? Or are their stories beginning to diverge? If you found this breakdown insightful, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and don't miss our next video where we explore Meghan's solo business moves and what they could mean for the future of this famous couple. Thanks for watching.